I'm an installation artist, and so I work with space and also my concepts, my ideas. How my ideas come to me, usually it's through input from whatever is happening in my life. Like last year, I did an installation on Nepal around the theme of the earthquake in Nepal, which I experienced by being there in Nepal when that happened. And this year, I went to Cuba in April 2017, and I came back with a lot of stimulus, input, new ideas, a whole new view on the country of Cuba, their history, which is totally different than what we've been educated to believe Cuba is in this country. So with all of this new information and new stimulus, that creates a concept or an art idea that I like to share. This particular installation about Cuba has an educational bent so that I can share with my community what I learned in Cuba, the history, the culture, from the people there that the Witness for Peace group interviewed. We got to know lawyers and doctors and people on the street, musicians, the head of the Pedagogical Association, so a real mix of people in Cuba that we got information from. So 2 days after I got back from Cuba, I was staying in a residential living, retirement living place in Florida, visiting my stepmother, and I had a lot of free time and a lot of quiet time. And that is how my ideas come to me. When I create space inside myself and I have the space outside myself, things come up. So this is my first sketch I did for this installation, and really this sketch is for the Myrna Loy space, which I didn't get for this month because they were taken for this month. So I'm adapting this sketch of 4 different sculptural 3-dimensional pieces for this space, which is the warehouse space behind Tin Mile Creek Brewery. So really it came from my education about Cuba, and then my education and my new ideas forming about Cuba come to an image that I can express that through. So these are the 4 ideas I started with, and one of the ideas was an entrance piece made with rebar, kind of a shattered glass look and torn material look. So I like get the image, I see it clearly, and then I try to do this rough sketch with the image. I'm adapting this image to this space. So that's a whole other process, but that's how the original idea first came. Input and my own interior space, and then the spaciousness outside of me for things to come up, which is quiet, reflective, and then boom, I can see the whole thing. I see the whole exhibit and all the pieces. Then I work with the practicality of getting the actual space, and I have to fit that original idea into the space. So it's a back and forth. Space, idea, concept changes space, the space and the practicality of it changes the concept or modifies it. So that gives you a little bit idea, at least of this particular installation that I'm doing about Cuba. tierno is this sculpture right here, which means no tenderness. Sharp, shattered, like the experience of not having tenderness in your life. So kind of to illustrate that, and to illustrate our position towards Cuba is one of no tenderness. And the whole installation is about the blockade and helping to educate people that we do have a blockade on Cuba and how detrimental that is. Okay, right here, 42 cement blocks from my friend Chip on loan. I'm going to make 2 block columns, which it's kind of a play on, these are cement blocks, and we have a blockade on Cuba. So it's really working with the materials to, kind of underscore that there's a blockade. In 2 columns with some kind of wing attachment and wings falling off of the columns to symbolize, hey, let's get rid of the blockade. Here's the blockade we put on Cuba. It's about time. It's really very important to me to involve other people in my installations. And so I've hired a few guys from God's Love. They're great workers. They've helped me a lot. And my friend Chip has helped me. I've borrowed his tools. Jorge Quintana is going to speak at the opening. Also, there's going to be Cuban beans and rice. How could I forget? Food. This is great stuff that you just peel from logs and rocks, especially in the fall. Lichen and general pond scum from, the lake receding. So I'm going to just put this around the bark. It's like the trees are made of this kind of paper fiber that is very natural in nature. Nature makes her own paper. But I think it's very beautiful. I like working with it. I love pond scum. It's a wonderful, beautiful material. Nature's paper. for his next persona that he would like to be. He told me he wants to be a lumberjack. So going from a trans Madonna that he was in my November exhibit, and he's the one who lets me know what he wants to be too. I had no idea until I was working on him. It's all in a day's work.